Welcome back, everybody, to the best question mark podcast. Probably not the best podcast you've ever heard, but it's the best one you're listening to right now. Today, I am joined with Ben Johnson, first time ever on the couch.
Hey, happy to be here.
At least for this podcast. He's been in the studio many times for many other podcasts. And returning once again is Andrew Gaffigan. Big round of applause. Woo!
The Gaff Man.
All right, Ben, you've never been here before, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a couple of the best questions you've ever heard, and then you're going to debate with me and Andrew over your answer. And whoever has the best answer, the best argument, can take a drink of the quarter of a beer that you have left, or Andrew and I are drinking coffee because, you know, we're working comedians.
We have work tonight.
It's a setup, dude.
Yeah, we're just here to talk about how we have shows
I want to thank Ben Johnson for coming on just so I can immediately shit on him. No, I appreciate you coming, man. This is going to be fun. All right, I've got a couple best questions lined up. Let's get into it. This first category is called Best Guess. So you just give me your best guess at your answer, all right? Ben, who was the best dictator?
It's gotta be Mussolini. He had the best pasta.
The best pasta? Well,
You're
I
wrong.
wouldn't argue that he probably ate the best of the. But let me counter your offer with Pol Pot.
The killing fields.
The killing
Pol Pot?
fields.
Cambodia.
Yeah. People think that Hitler put up big numbers, but Mussolini was kind of his accomplice. Didn't do much. Stalin was up there, but Pol Pot dwarfed all of them with numbers of like 20, 30 million. Yeah.
Here's why you're wrong. I've never even heard of Pol Pot.
That's because you're uneducated.
Pol Pot sounds
Dude.
like a dish my mother would make.
And it's delicious, but
Pol Pot is actually in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
you can.
That's how good of a dictator he was.
He had 3 no-hitters, believe it or not, and tastes really good over rice.
Also a huge body count.
Yes, also millions upon millions of people.
Where is Cambodia?
Exactly.
Does it matter?
You're wrong. Mussolini.
Does it matter? When human atrocities happen in that part of the world, do we really care? I mean, just kidding. Shout out Cambodia. We know you're listening. We love you.
I hope he comes back and finishes the job.
Well, I don't think... I thought he was a Chinese dictator. This is how much I know. This is how much research that I do before I just half-cocked throw out an answer.
I'm saying Castro because the CIA couldn't kill him. They tried, and this is like recent. They can usually kill or overthrow any government or person. They couldn't do it to Castro.
Yeah, he made it. He had a pretty good run.
Fidel, right? Not his brother, Raul.
Infidelity Castro.
Rick is the man on the spot. He's just all over the place. Okay, if the Olympics called tomorrow and they were like, Ben, we need you to fill in an event, what event would you be the best at?
Dude, look at those quads, dude. You know he's doing bike racing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do the Olympics have roller derby still?
If not, they should. Let's take a hard stance. Bring back roller derby. You heard it here, folks. Olympic.
Yeah, sad 40-year-olds who need a hobby need it.
Hey, those are some of my people.
Yeah, well, just start a podcast, actually.
Is podcasting an Olympic sport?
The one that judges judge it.
The 100-meter podcast?
The 100-meter podcast. Who can get the first to 1,000 likes or whatever? What country can get the...
Who can get the most subs?
Who can get the most subscriptions in 1 hour?
It's a months-long event.
Just who podcast until everyone on the mic passes out from exhaustion. They just riff until they go, oh, I'm sleepy.
It's just representing Team USA is Logan Paul and Tom Segura, everybody.
It's like those contests where you just had to like keep one hand on the car and be like the longest one, and then you eventually got the car.
So the podcast to reach dead air the first is eliminated. this podcast is just instantly stopped
Like
within the 30-second mark.
And everyone in a third world country is like, what's a podcast? We're hungry.
Yeah, we're like, we're crushing you. World champs. And they're just like, what's a microphone?
No, someone just read an ad for Blue Chew and they made more money than that person will see in their whole life.
Yeah. Hello Fresh. Ben, you can speak on experience of this. What's the, did you even answer? Did you answer? Am I just speeding through this?
You are just speeding through this.
I'm sorry. We've got places to be tonight, folks, so I'm just trying
We got time. Settle into it.
All right. We're trying to break it down.
Like a half hour.
All right.
That coffee's hitting you.
It is, dude. I'm ready to go. This is like my third cup of coffee today. So Ben, you know from example, what would be the best way to survive in prison?
Probably to have, you probably want to, the first day you walk in, I think what I've been told is that you have to show that, like, or assert yourself of, like, dominance. You find the biggest guy and then you, like, you become friends with him. It's really about networking and friendship.
I would love to see
And
a
smoking
slow
cigarettes.
walk of Ben just glaring the biggest guy in jail down and walking straight up to him and then just being like, ramen? Like, like just trying to like,
Do you like doing push-ups too?
hey.
What do you think about Islam?
Yeah. Do you just like some random, do you like stand up? Like you're just trying to get him to, you like candles?
Nobody will ever know what that joke's about.
No,
I would immediately join a hate group in prison.
Which one? Which hate group is the best, Andrew?
What's the best hate group?
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo, buddy.
I gotta go Latin Kings, right? I mean...
The Latin Kings of comedy?
Yeah, well, yes. In prison, look for George Lopez.
Yeah.
Like, no? Okay.
Gabriel Iglesias
Nothing?
takes all your prison food.
I think the best way to survive in prison is by being a guard.
You'd think, but on rare occasions,
They get shanked.
they're the first ones to go.
I mean, I don't
Prison
want to.
riot, you're not making it out of Sea Wing, you know?
I don't want to say like suck everyone's dick, but like
It's not a bad.
it's a
I
pretty.
mean, you would be pretty popular pretty quick.
I know, and I'd be having a lot of fun. They'd like really kill the time.
That's right. I mean, you would get that sense of accomplishment. Like, I did a lot of work.
Oh, I get it. No. You become transgender. Go to the women's prison.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that's the move.
We were talking about this last night at Helium. Like, in a room full of other guys, I'm like a 4. But in a room full of women, I'm still like a 4.5. But, it goes up. All right. Damn,
No,
that got
you ugly
nothing.
bitch.
Okay,
Shut
all
up.
right. Thanks.
Yeah, in a room of all women,
You're
And
they
still...
just beat your ass.
They just beat the shit out of
Yeah,
you.
the 6 of them would just hop on you like fucking harpy ladies.
They just surround me and start screaming at me about women's rights. And I'm like, no, I'm a man, I promise. I want to go back to the men's prison. I'd rather be raped. I'd rather be raped.
I like
no.
Eric staring at himself in the mirror and be like, "You're a 4."
You're a 4, yeah.
You still won't even have the hairiest tits in your wing.
There's a girl on like HGH and she's just got like a full beard and
Mandible jaw.
yeah.
That it does that to you.
I don't know why, but when you said mandible, I thought of Amanda Bynes. Have you heard about her latest? She was found, she flagged a car down recently and she was completely naked. And she was like, help, I'm having a psychotic episode. And they put her into a mental hospital. But I like to imagine a naked, wild, crazed Amanda Bynes like running around with a pack of coyotes in the Hollywood Hills, like feasting on raccoons and
I'm just imagining an episode of all that they called the psychotic episode.
yeah. And then at night at the full moon, she's just like, she's doing lines from her show. Like the other coyotes are howling and she's like, that's me.
And just imagine you're out camping with your friends and all you hear is Amanda show, and then she grabs you.
And you're like, oh no. She attacks you, but like she's with a pack of the dancing lobsters or whatever.
Other child stars.
That's a really niche reference. I get it. Yeah. It's the cast of all that roaming the hills.
Just a coalition of everyone Dan Schneider molested. He's going crazy.
That got dark. All right.
Why do you think she's crazy? You can,
I mean,
and listen, we can make fun of the mentally insane woman, but to say the reason why,
yeah. I mean, let's keep it clean, right? I mean,
that's it. You're going to ladies' prison, Eric.
guys, which rapper is the best at sex?
Future.
I would say 50 Cent.
What an old ass answer to say.
Dude, just saying. I bet he lays it down, man. I would throw. The problem is I don't know any rappers after like 2012, so I'm a little behind on this game. But I'm just saying.
You know, I think there's a porn guy who also does rap on the side.
Does that count? I mean, I want like your main income to be the way people know you is through your bars. You know.
Probably Drake. He's the certified lover boy.
Oh.
Do you know who Drake is?
Yes, I know who Drake
Eric,
is.
do you know who Drake is?
Dude, I was the first person at my high school to get his mixtape off of datpiff.com. Yeah. I brought it to school and I was like, guys, have you heard of Drakey? And they were like, what?
That's how you think you spell Drake or pronounce Drake?
Well, I did. When he was brand new, nobody even heard of him. And then they were like, oh, it's just Drake.
It's Drake, but he's black, so he has a little flavor on him.
So was there a year you were going around school calling him Drakey?
No, not a year. Probably like 3 months. And people were like, what? And then I would play them. So
and then they were all
gone.
calling him Drakey?
Yeah, and then I was like, listen to Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. And people were like, oh, dude, Drakey's pretty tight.
And then there's like probably one person from wherever you went to school that's still calling him Drakey?
I hope so. Here's looking at you, Alex. No, I'm just call some random person out from my class. Nobody watches this.
Who's the one that Kim Kardashian had a sex tape with?
Ray J.
I'm going to say him.
Nah. I don't think so. I love hanging out with old people because they don't know any of the current rappers.
Look,
That's not true. I know.
I don't want to dive too deep into it, but I might have seen that said video. I was a different person, you know. But
he watched it yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was.
No, it's a really bad sex tape.
Well, all celebrity sex tapes are bad. Like I remember when I found out about it, and I was like 20. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see that. And then you watch it, and you're like, oh.
No,
She made $1 billion off of it, though. $1 billion.
That sounds like a pretty good sex life to me.
And inspire young girls everywhere.
I know, right?
My sex has never made $1 billion.
No, I think that's why a lot
just
of
in
people
court fees.
Just in child support. That's good. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you could say that for every question you've asked.
Hey, man, I'm trying, okay?
He
I'm
really is,
trying
man.
so hard. Do you see anybody else? Like, it's just me.
I like that you did a podcast based around freshman orientation in college.
Yeah, I did a podcast around icebreakers. Like, I did. Let's never go too far below the surface. Let's just, oh, man.
You think you have these queued up?
I do have them queued up, thank you. They're in
I've done your podcast.
different
You don't have any.
Yeah, I was about to say, you prep nothing.
I know.
You and Alex come in and you're like, oh, dude, I was a dick to somebody at WWE on Saturday.
I wanted to
I
go.
almost got kicked out of
That's
Monday
tough to
Night
do.
Raw.
That's
And
tough
when
to
you
do.
hear the story of how, check out the titular episode
11.
11, where you can hear all about it. It's one of the douchiest stories I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I thought at the beginning, I was like, oh, this will be a fun story. And then I listened to it at the end, and I was like, dude, I kind of hate you. Like, why would you be mean to this security guard? What's the
Security guard
best?
is dark.
Speaking of bad people, what's the best way to tell if someone's a bad person?
That's a good one.
Credit score.
Damn.
Social credit score.
We did this last time I was on.
Yeah.
I said skin color.
Oh,
He said it really quickly, too. Like, what's the best way to tell someone's a bad person? Skin color. Like, he had it loaded in the chamber.
He was waiting to say something terrible, and he can't wait to do it every single chance he gets.
I know. That's why I almost got kicked out of WWE.
That's tough to do.
That actually, I'll say that. If you like WWE, probably a bad person.
That's a lot of people.
Because it's just like, you're not as smart as the average person then. And we all know violence is linked to low intelligence. So there's my argument.
So there it is.
Coming from Marvel's #1 fan.
So, trying to do fuck Marvel, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck Marvel. I don't even like that.
You lined up early to
shit.
go to Endgame. Don't even pretend. You asked to get out of school for. What's the best way to die?
Right now.
I'm gonna say, you know how they do those like jet plane flyovers before
Yeah.
like football games.
Okay.
You and somebody else crash your jets into each other above the football game.
Just mass casualty. Debris just rains on a crowd of.
And then they start the game.
And then they play
That's
around the
kickoff.
pieces.
Yeah, that's football, baby.
Oh! You tackled him right into the side of the fuselage over there.
If you do it right, you're supposed to let your corpse is supposed to land in the middle of the giant American flag, holding in the middle of the field.
Your corpse blocks a pass on the way down.
We used to talk about this on deployment. What would be the best way to kill yourself? And I've heard a couple of them.
Oh,
They're
boy.
pretty good. There was one guy who said that he was going to super glue his hands to the side of his head, right? And then he was going to tie a noose, but with a like cable wire. So when it snapped tight, it would slice right through his neck. And when his body hit the ground, it would look like he just pulled his head off because his head would be glued to his hands.
I mean, you got to think about which thing you're going to do first, because I guess you can't glue your hands to your head.
Well, you
first.
obviously have to tie the noose, right? Put it on you, and then super glue. But the thing is, sometimes it takes like 24 hours to dry. So you're going to be stuck there for at least a day with this wire noose, hands to the side of your face, until you eventually like, I guess it's dry enough, and then you jump. And then somebody else said that they would want to become like a successful musician or like a stand-up comedian, and then just pull out a wood chipper on stage, and then just
pull it out.
Yeah, well, have it brought out. You know, wheel it
Sounds
out.
like a comedian.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you pull it out. He just reaches his back pocket.
Oh, the wood chipper.
But then just like point at one kid in the audience, be like, "This is all your fault," and then just dive headfirst into the wood chipper, and then.
I think the best way would be to die with a conspiracy around your death. Because then people will not stop talking
Pull
about
an Andy
you.
Kaufman and be like, "Is this a bit? Is he going to come back in 15 years?"
Oh, is that what happened to him? Yeah,
that's
you
what
need
he people thought for a long time that he was going to keep coming back, but yeah.
When Jeff Foxworthy dies, everybody's going to be like, was he a redneck?
I don't think he was, man. He had a jet.
Doesn't seem very redneck.
I don't know. It turns out, like, that's his like, getting canceled movement. As people found out that
He's not a redneck.
Guys, he's not a redneck at all. He's actually a very
Yankee.
classy guy. Like, turns out the accent's fake.
He voted Democrat?
He voted for Biden, and they're just like, oh!
He's from Vermont? Of all places.
He's got a bed and breakfast that makes maple syrup and stuff. Like, oh, this guy's just a classy dude. Oh, he used to drink Perrier. What the hell? I've been duped.
Then he becomes a communist after that. You know how after you get cancer, you go full right wing?
He goes the opposite.
Yeah, he has to go communist.
Redistribute wealth and everything. Well, that's what Golden Corral is, dude. Right?
Golden Corral is the communism of family dining. Is that Ben's coming on taking a hard stance.
You pay and eat. Everybody pays the same amount of money. You get as much food as you want. It's communism.
And I won't stand for it.
I clearly didn't pay any attention in school.
I was about to say, 'cause if there's one thing I know about communism is there's always food around. That's what North Koreans have a problem with. There's like the rats are so big because there's so much food.
Hey, we don't really know what's going on in Korea, man.
It could be fun. What if it's like an Asian Disney World that we're not allowed to go to, you know?
What if it's all roller coasters there, dude? Consider your mind blown.
I was listening to somebody talk about the Anne Frank house today, and I was like, what if ticket sales started getting bad? Like, as time goes on, people will stop knowing about it. So it's like, what if they made it into like an amusement park to boost sales, where at night you get to walk around the entire house, but during the day you're stuck in the attic, and if you make above a certain decibel, they shoot you. Like, make it the Anne Frank experience, you know? Like, people pay money to visit at night and walk? No, too dark.
No.
Okay,
I'm
all
No,
right.
I was
I'm rolling
listening.
with it.
Holocaust hero Anne Frank and
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
You don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
this guy.
How many Jews were mad they didn't write a diary?
6 million.
Could have had some generational wealth.
5,999,000. And we're canceled. All right. Thanks, guys. This is fun.
Don't show this to my grandma or my neighbors downstairs. Very Jewish.
Well, actually, your grandmother is my only subscriber right now, oddly enough.
Alice.
What up,
Grandma.
Linda? It's nice to thank you for checking
She
in.
called me Bubby.
Yes. I did I ever tell you I went to, there's a Holocaust museum here in St. Louis, and I went in high school, and we were there maybe 30 seconds, and they had a survivor there, and they were talking about what it was like, and she pointed at me, and she was like, "You look like one of the guards." Like, she called me out, and I was just like, okay.
But wait, what's your last name? Rueseler.
Like,
You should have been like, "'Cause I am," and grabbed her.
I'm back.
Dude, the escape room at the Holocaust Museum is intense.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Oh, dude, that hurts a little bit. The escape room with that. What's your best childhood memory?
Ooh, pass.
Yeah. Jesus.
No, there had to be
The
a
day
good
my
one.
dad was arrested,
Yeah.
because I
No.
knew it wouldn't hurt me and mom anymore.
Man,
Just because it's super dark.
I have good ones, but it's like whenever I think childhood, oh well, no, I don't know. I mean, that's not really childhood though. One of my first jobs was at a custard stand, and I gained like 40 pounds over that summer, but it was great. Because we just got to make ourselves like whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted. And I
That
would
sounds
make
awesome.
like a Reese's concrete and put hot fudge on top, and then halfway through, I would put more hot fudge on it.
That's what I do with nachos. I layer the cheese. Because you can't just put cheese all on top.
Right.
Because then it doesn't spread. So I like this guy knows what's up.
I like, me and my friends would all take our Xboxes over to, like, one person's house, and we'd sit in the basement all night just drinking Mountain Dew, playing video games together.
Not looking at each other. Just,
Dude, midnight
How we talk.
releases. You guys remember midnight releases like COD and stuff
Nah,
like that?
they-
No.
I never really did that.
By the time I was allowed to go out in public on my own, midnight releases were done.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. You missed out. I do remember, like, I think personally video games started sucking when they stopped doing split screen. Like,
No, they still do that.
do they?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but are you talking about like LAN parties? You ever have the LAN
Yeah.
party?
But, like, it was more fun to me when it was four guys gathered around one TV and you're
All jerking off.
Tomb Raider, it's triangle boobs. What's the best way to make you cry? Just thinking about it. Get an erection.
Oh man, I don't even know what I want to talk about.
I know. Yeah, no, like,
Do you guys cry easy, or is it like you have to?
Man, I
really
used to cry easier, but like I've thought of myself as like, oh, you cry all the time, and like not even in a way where I like even care or I'm mad about it, but like recently it's just like not so much. I will cry at like sad movies for sure. I'll cry at sad movies, or
what was the last thing that made you cry?
Yeah.
Media-wise, we don't need to. I don't want to hear about your grandpa.
Media-wise, honestly, I think there's the episode of The Last of Us with the gay couple, with Nick Offerman and the guy from the first episode of White Lotus. It's so sad. You see them fall in love, and then you see that one of them slowly die.
That's gay.
That's every love
It
story.
was, that's
Yeah.
textbook gay.
That's
Yeah, it
every
was.
relationship condensed into 1 hour.
I know, but it was like so sad to see because they loved each other.
My thing is hearing people speak about regrets. Of like, I
Really?
should have done it, I should have done this, should have done that.
That
Yeah.
gets you?
That's a
Yeah.
big one. That's, yeah.
Because that's something you can never take back. When
There's-
someone's like, I wish I spent more time with my mom, I'm like, fuck, I should too.
I wish I'd have done a podcast, dude.
I wish I just would have committed. I should have just done it. There was time. It's weird. I don't cry that much with like personal things. Like but movies and commercials and stuff like that will make me cry really easily. Like, there was a commercial not too long ago where there's this like old man who would go out in his garage and he would pick up like a kettlebell every day, and he would just pick it up, raise it over his head, put it down, leave, and he did it every day for a year.
Yeah, it's efficient. That's good, in and out.
Yeah, but the whole reason that he's doing it is to get stronger so he can pick up his grandkids at Christmas. And I was like,
what was the commercial for? Kettlebells?
No.
Is your youth dwindling? Get a kettlebell.
Yeah, are you dying?
What I
Do
like-
you have osteoporosis?
It doesn't say the weight, it just says grandchild on it.
Yeah, there was one thing that said there's like one day you will pick up your child and put them down and never pick them up again. And that like made me start thinking. So like I immediately ran into my daughter's room and I like lifted her up, but she's 14 now, so she's just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
And then
"I will put you down. I will always pick you up."
That's a core memory for her.
Yeah, a terrifying core memory. One
And then
day,
he hit her with the tombstone.
stop texting boys. It's just pile driver into the bed.
Dude, you should get a t-shirt that says "Stop texting boys."
Yeah, kid stuff makes me cry.
I hope the next question's even more sad.
Yeah, well, actually not. What's the best news you've heard this week?
That JPEG Mafia Danny Brown album's coming out. Or actually that I'm hosting Funny Bone. One of those.
Which
I
is
understand JPEG because I work with computers, but
JPEG Mafia is a rapper.
oh, okay, all
They
right.
call him Peggy. I know about rappers, dick.
Yeah, 50 Cent and
I didn't say 50
Eminem.
Cent. He said 50 Cent.
Pegging Mafia.
The pegging mafia. That's what I'm in.
Yeah, I know.
I just peg Italian men.
That's it. That's all you do. Hey.
That's how I put my hand in their ass.
Put a little hair gel on there.
Ben, what about you? Best news you've heard this week? Any good news?
Nah.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. Just nothing comes to mind. I don't know.
All right.
Any good news? We're supportive of your new podcast.
Pass.
It wasn't. I enjoyed it, man. I did laugh. Okay. Next question.
Moving along.
Yeah, he's
I haven't
he's
talked
like
to
you at
anybody
an open
about
mic. Jokes. Let's
Joe,
go.
yeah, dude, I snapped at that one dude that one time.
Yeah, he
Tried
was
to do
being so
crowd work
nice.
on me.
He was. He just asked Andrew. He's like, "Hey, you doing all right?" Because Andrew was blackout drunk, and you immediately were just like, "Let's go." Jokes.
Make me laugh.
Yeah. Best way to relax after a long day.
Top, getting sucked off.
Okay. There are days where if you were like, "I'm actually 16," I'd be like, "I believe it. I knew it." You know.
So I like a nice cold beer, and I like getting
I like-
my dick sucked.
I like a-
my top.
I like I like a pipe and a nice crisp New York Times.
Best way to relax after a long day. My brain wants to say bubble bath, but that's just like what you read in the magazines. I don't take bubble baths.
I like to picture Ben coming home and drawing a bath and like lavender oils and candles.
The rose water and coconut milk candle.
Yeah, and it was just like a nice wine.
Dude, you joke about that, but that's so much better than the rose milk and coconut water.
Well, you're both wrong because the best candle is clearly the warm sugar cookie, Christmas edition.
That's the same
Yeah,
time
you would
you
like
brought it up.
cookies.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want my house to feel like love and baked goods?
You get fatter just smelling that.
Yeah, I do. I got a cavity. I was like, oh shit. Oh. Okay, no candle banter. All right, I
I'm
thought.
fucking sick of candles,
That
dude.
smell used to come with your wife, but they don't bake anymore. You got
The best way to unwind after a long day of work is recording 2 podcasts before your stand-up show.
What's the best way to ruin your day? Last time you said doing this podcast,
Doing this
I was
podcast.
like, damn it. I walked
Doing Ben Johnson's podcast. Boom, dude, 2-piece.
oh damn, he got us.
Best way to ruin your day. Probably drink too much and embarrass yourself in front of people.
Embarrass yourself in front of the WWE
Oh.
fans.
What's
Yeah.
What's the best signature St. Louis food? gooey butter cake, toasted raviolis, St. Louis style ribs,
So
the waffle cone,
no,
The
all
waffle
all
cone?
things invented.
I will pass on a waffle cone more often
The
than
waffle
not.
cone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
I'm a bowl guy.
I think the one that has the most longevity is the toasted ravioli because I think everybody can get on board with it. People are really 50-50 on the pizza. I love it. It's close to my heart, but that's just because I grew up eating it all the time. I think everybody can get down on toasted ravioli.
By the way, if you're gonna get St. Louis style pizza, you need to get Fortel's. Fortel's Pizza Garden. It's everything you want emos to be.
Pizza Garden? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what the box says. Pizza Garden.
Like a beer garden, but
I would hope so. Wouldn't that be great if pizza just grew on plants and you could walk through the garden and pluck out like a nice slice of pepperoni? Oh, look at this nice white pizza over here.
That was the Garden of Eden until ladies had to fuck that up.
Yeah, thanks a lot, women.
Ladies,
Right.
the best St. Louis thing. I'm going with a beverage. Am I allowed to go beverage?
Okay.
I'm going with Bush.
Bush? Not a Budweiser guy, not like a classic Budweiser, huh? But like
You're
saying
just any beer because like the food is okay.
I don't know, man. I think gooey butter cake is so underrated. I don't know why people are bragging about it from this city. Like, it's just one of those things like, oh yeah, we also have dessert, you know? But like, everybody goes in with the toasted ravs, St. Louis
it's not
style
like a
ribs.
restaurant that you think of that like, oh, let's go there and get the gooey butter cake, like, first off.
Yeah,
Because, like,
it's
you
definitely
can make the pizza a destination to, like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, we'll go to the place, and you have the St. Louis experience. But, like, I don't know if, like you just go to the grocery store and they, like, offer it there. Right?
yeah.
They got it.
Schnucks has pretty good one.
Pretty
Dierberg's.
Yeah, I can't afford that store.
Yeah, I don't have Dierberg's money, but
No, or Schnucks.
Yeah.
I wish I could go to Schnucks.
I'm an oldies boy.
Schnucks, the gooey butter cake's like $6.
I love
You can split $6.
He hasn't planned his life that much to go to an actual grocery store. Do you grocery shop?
Yeah, grocery shop.
What do you get?
I go cheap. I'll get sandwich stuff. I'll get chips, and then I'll get chicken and rice.
Okay.
Just go real simple.
To be 22 again.
I do.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, dude. You guys should try it.
You guys
We
should-
did.
We did.
Try it, you old
It
fucks.
was fun. It was fun. And what's weird is that mentally, I'm still 22 up here, but my body is aging so rapidly. And
I'm like
it's not
50.
fair.
I'm like 50 in my brain, dude.
Ben came out, he's an old soul. I could just imagine you coming home from like middle school, you sit down with a crossword.
I did love watching Wheel of Fortune with my grandparents.
I did like that. When I was homesick from school, I would watch Wheel of
And we would watch
Fortune.
Jeopardy all the
Jeopardy.
time.
Yep. Price is Right.
Mhm.
That was a good one.
Ben, I like that you're better at growing hair on your face than your legs.
What do you mean? It's just light, dude.
No, that beard's nice.
What's the best energy drink?
The
I've drank a lot of Monster in my day.
I was gonna say the White Monster probably.
You are the white monster.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say.
Everybody's warned about.
I do a lot of coffee energy drinks because the carbonation from other ones will mess me up. But I'll still do like the coffee Monster, and it still feels trashy.
I gotta go with Zions.
Never even heard of it.
It
What?
starts with an X.
Yeah,
And it's-
XYants. That's what it's spelled like.
Oh wait, I think I've seen the black can.
No.
No, I don't know
Silver.
what this is.
Nobody ever says Rooster Booster.
Yeah, because it's cheap.
'Cause
It's not
it's-
good.
You think they're not all cheap?
Diesel fueled sugar. Like it's not.
I'll change my answer to vodka Red Bull. That's the best energy drink.
I'll not count
There
that.
I want to black out, but I can't.
I remember too much.
You're gonna be conscious for this you up text, bro. What's the best candy bar?
Oof.
Yeah,
I like Twix a whole bunch.
Twix is underrated. I think
Mm.
Twix gets slept on. It's not the best, but it's pretty good.
Because Hershey's is like vanilla, which is ironic because it's chocolate.
Yeah,
But Hershey's.
I will throw up a challenge that Hershey's with almonds, the chocolate tastes better than just regular Hershey's.
Do you think the almonds have anything to do with that?
Yeah, because they're probably salted, and the salt probably boosts the flavor. You know what I'm saying? But that's still not the best candy bar.
I like 100 grand think it's a pretty solid bar.
Oh, I didn't know you had that kind of money around. All right, rich kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. I didn't know someone was fancy. No, Snickers. You gotta go with Snickers.
You're wrong.
No,
I'm
Snickers
just not a
satisfies.
nuts guy. Like, I don't mind nuts, but like in the candy bar, like you're talking about the Hershey's with almonds and then the Snickers, it's like I can do without it.
Really?
That's why I'm not a huge fan of the nuts. I like the pretzel and the nougat and the chocolate. That's getting my dick pretty hard. Reese's is pretty close too.
Reese's not a candy bar.
I'm
Otherwise,
not a
I'd have
fan of
thrown that
Reese's.
out.
No, I don't like Reese's, and I don't think that it's a candy bar.
I was gonna ask this. Then what is it then? Because
It's a cup.
It's a cup.
it's the same shit.
No,
I mean,
If
it's
they-
very clearly.
you're not wrong, but
If
it,
they
doesn't,
made-
it still doesn't
It
belong.
doesn't
in this
say
combo. I
Reese's
should've
peanut
worn
butter
that
bars.
example.
It says Reese's peanut butter cups,
They make
and
bars.
they actually have peanut butter bars.
Well, they
as
have the fast break.
They have the fast break, but they also have.
Whenever I eat one, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, man!
Oh man, I'm not about to end my whole day.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have time to stop for a meal. I'll just
They
take
got a
this
couple
fast
bars.
break.
You know, there's the whole section of the gas station
Oh, yeah,
candy
yeah.
aisle that is the Reese's products.
Reese's has been going too far lately. I really don't like
They're
it.
dipping their hands in a lot. It's like, hey, why don't we go back to the original? Like,
Yeah.
First of all, I
You
don't
got the
like
half-pound
Reese's.
cup.
Let me tell you why I don't like Reese's. Too much trash. I don't like how many wrappers and cardboard. And
You ever get swindled and they have 2 wrappers on it and you accidentally eat the first
Yep.
wrapper and
Uh-huh.
it came off the product line like wrong and then you eat the wax paper or the delicatessen paper?
I don't know if you can tell by my everything about me, but I'm not doing a whole lot of inspecting of food before I just shovel it in my mouth.
No.
It's a lot
So-
of just being in a dark room.
I've been, crying in front of a laptop watching old Star Wars reruns, there's a lot of that.
Star Wars reruns?
Yeah.
There's movies, dude.
No,
You
there's
fucking
series.
idiot.
There are multiple series.
Oh, episode 5's on TV Land right
TBS.
TV Land.
TV
I
Land.
forgot about TV Land.
Yeah, because that's what they play on TV Land is Andy Griffith and old Star Wars movies.
They're not new.
I was gonna
That's
say,
true.
Reese's, they put the Reese's Pieces in the Reese's cup now. They just put tinier Reese's inside of it.
That's
It's
unholy.
Inception.
That's unholy.
They did do a cookie dough. There's like a potato chip one. I can't bring myself to buy
No,
that.
Ridiculous.
I can't do that. I can't do
Now
that.
that one's silly.
Yeah, I draw the line, Reese's.
Do you see what Kit Kat's trying to branch out and do? They've got like birthday cake flavored and blueberry muffin flavored. And I'm like, who are you kidding, Kit Kat? Right?
Do they
What
really
are you
have all
doing?
that?
Yeah. There was like a strawberry and dark chocolate one. There was
Okay.
like a caramel Kit Kat there's
all-
all kinds of stuff.
It all
And it's like, all
started
right,
with the
stay in your
pumpkin
lane.
spice.
All right?
Yeah.
It's like slower. Slower.
I can get what I can't, dude.
I don't get like the junk food
Dude,
brands.
give me a
just-
break.
The junk food brands are just like, let's.
Mm.
Are you coming in your pants
You
right
said
now?
give me a break and then I can't.
Ooh, a fast break.
Oh.
That's
What were you saying?
Just the junk food companies, they got their like main product, and then all they have after that is just pump out different flavors and bullshit. Because potato chips are guilty of the same thing of just pumping out dumb flavors.
Yeah,
that's
but-
what they do.
Okay, what are the best chips?
Purple Doritos.
Oh, well, for sure.
Purple? The spicy nacho?
Yeah,
No,
that's
No,
the best.
no,
Chili.
that's dark red.
Spicy
That's
chili.
dark red. Spicy
Sweet
sweet
chili.
chili
Sweet
is
chili.
the purple
Sweet
one.
spicy chili, yes.
Yeah, sweet
I've
spicy.
done Cool Ranch for a long time.
See, that's
Okay.
I'd say that's second or third.
As far as Dorito flavors, that's the best. But I will argue that
Contention here.
Jay's Open Pit Barbecue. Have you had that?
Well, Eric, you're so different.
Is this like an indie brand of barbecue?
Yeah.
No, dude, this is mainstream, bro.
You
This
can
is
only get it
mainstream.
in Frankfurt, Kentucky.
No, you can get it at any QT.
Is this
Thank you.
Kraft chips?
Kraft, like the cheese.
Like
kind?
Kraft like beer? No.
No. Oh, I thought you meant like the cheese. It
Something
comes in
makes it in his
singles.
garage.
The chips come in singles with the plastic wrapper on it. Like Kraft. Like, this is really inconvenient. No, Jay's Open Pit Barbecue. Check it out.
I mean, I did love cheddar and sour cream Ruffles for the long time.
That makes me think of Bacardi from 151.
Why?
What?
Because, all right, so when I was in the military, we had a power outage one time, and the people in charge went room to room, and they would give you they had a handle of Bacardi 151, and they would make you put it to your lips and chug until they saw 4 bubbles. And then when you did that, if you didn't puke, they would give you 1 cheddar and sour cream chip to cut the taste.
I can't believe that you would just say out loud that it reminded you of Bacardi 151.
That's what it reminds me of. I
That's
can't
fair.
eat Reese's Pieces because it reminds me of, there was like this adult lingerie store in
Not
Hollywood.
a child's.
No, not. Well, nowadays there probably would be
a
one.
lace diaper.
It's Balenciaga. No, but there was like an adult sex store, whatever you want to call it, and I went in there one time and it
Just
smelled
say
like
sex store, dude.
okay, sex store, whatever.
It's either like an adult store or like a sex.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't have a whole lot of experiences in these dens of sin. Sorry, Ben Johnson. No, but it smelled like Reese's Pieces, and I can't ever eat those because it makes me think of like whips and giant fake penises. So, yeah.
That's a weird. You Pavlov dog yourself into that.
Yeah, I did, man. It does. It smells. I could call up my buddy Trevor First right now, and I'd be like, "What do Reese's Pieces remind you of?" And he would be like, "The sex store in Hollywood Boulevard."
All the chips that I like make your breath smell like shit.
Right? Are you a sour cream and onion guy?
I like ranch Pringles as well.
Ugh,
You're
I
a big
don't like
ranch. You're big on the ranch.
I'm
Huh?
big on the ranch.
Who was the
I'm a
first?
ranch boy.
Did you grow up on ranch, or were you introduced to it
My
later?
dad is Sam Elliott.
I grew up in the Hidden Valley.
You grew up in the Hidden Valley.
I did!
Coors
Dude,
Light.
the trailer park that my mom lived in was called Hidden Valley.
Was it really?
Yeah,
That's where it
I tried
is.
to do a joke about it before. It's literally called Hidden Valley.
What?
That's so funny. I just imagine like a bird bath filled with ranch and like a sprinkler just.
The fattest birds you've ever seen.
I didn't have ranch until I was 18, and my high school girlfriend took me to Outback, and she was like, "You've never had ranch?"
You just have ranch dressing till you're 18. We live
Yeah.
in the Midwest.
I know. I just wouldn't try it. I was a very picky eater, and then she was like, "No,
Doesn't look like it.
not now. I used to be, man. I used to be. It all catches up to you. Just wait. I can't wait. We're gonna come back here
No, he's
in
got that body
12
frame. It
years,
doesn't look like it
and I'm
puts
gonna
on
put
weight.
Andrew on camera, and I'll be like, look what happened to this beautiful young little boy.
This
He
show-
got bald and fat, and he gave up on life.
This show
Just-
won't be happening in 12 years.
No, none of those. If I'm alive in 12 years, I'll be surprised. I'd be excited about that.
Because of how picky of an eater you were.
What? Yeah. If Gordon Ramsay walked in today and was like, "Cook me the best meal you can," what would it be?
Burrito.
If he
What
asked
kind?
me,
With how? How do you cook
What?
it?
Oh, buddy. Are you a chicken or a beef guy? Cause it's
No,
pretty
this
much
is your meal, man. You're cooking for me.
a courteous host. I just do all the fixins with it. I cut up the peppers and the onions. I get those going. Separate pan. I do. I'll do either chicken or beef, whatever I'm doing. I have an assortment of seasonings. I'll cook the rice and then I go cilantro lime rice.
Oh,
So
sounds fancy.
I do it. I'll dice up some tomatoes and then whatever hot sauce you're feeling. Go off. But yeah, dude, I
You
slut
gotta
them
pick,
up.
but you gotta pick it because it's your meal. I can't give you input. Because if I was like, cook me my favorite meal, then yeah. But it's yours. So what hot sauce are you picking?
Ooh, usually whatever I got on hand. I'm a big Frank's Red Hot kind of guy.
So you're a basic bitch. Okay, that's cool.
I don't get this whole hot sauce pretension, dude. It's a trash food.
Pretension.
What are you talking
People
about?
are so pretentious about hot sauce for some
Classy.
reason.
The best hot sauce is clearly Cholula
No.
I was gonna-
chili garlic.
That's not even how you say it.
I don't even like that hot sauce.
Cholula
Yeah.
chili garlic. Whatever.
It's too sweet of a hot sauce.
The one with the wooden cork and the Spanish lady. We get it.
Christmas.
All right?
No, it's too sweet. It's not a good hot sauce.
No.
I like the green
chili garlic.
Tabasco.
The chili garlic, I'm telling you, it's so good. It will make your breath fucking terrible, but it's.
Dude, I put Listerine on everything. Just a little dash of it. Oh my! You want? We do queso or we do Listerine?
It's just green. Why is it green?
What?
Don't worry about it. It's minty fresh. Go ahead.
Dude, if you last 14 seconds, and doesn't it give you like the little times of like on the back of the bottle Listerine? You just do Listerine.
I don't know. I was just always told you gargle until it stops burning, and then you know you're done. And that's what I've always done.
When you suck a dick, dude.
Yes.
Until it stops burning.
What
It's been
about
3
being
weeks.
I
What meal would you cook?
made a steak the other day that was real good. Or pizza rolls, but in the oven.
Oh, in the oven because he's classy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because you know how it gives you the 2 sets of instructions? Go for the bottom one.
Yeah, it takes longer, but it's better. All
He's
right,
never cooked them in the oven.
you're missing out, man. You got to cook them. That was producer Rick sitting in for us, helping us out
Sorry about
with the
that.
beer spills and everything like that. But it is 6:15. We have got to go. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ben. Do you guys have any shows or anything coming up that you want to? Social
are you
medias?
putting this out?
Yeah.
Watch Titular with Andrew and Alex, filmed here in this very studio. Doing a roast battle on 420. Innsbruck Country Club on April 29th.
What? You doing a country club?
I am doing a country club.
You're
nice.
Back with my people.
Say, it's broken.
No.
And then at Andrew Gaffigan on socials.
At Benjamin Jensen, cross platforms. That's going to be Instagram. That's going to be everything. And let's see here. I got April. I'm doing the Great Grizzly Bear Show in St. Louis on April 5th. That's next month, right? April. April comes next. And then I got Helium on the March 30th. This is casually Molly, just casual.
Casually doing Molly.
Casually doing Molly.
All right. Again, I'm Eric Rueseler at ER Comedy on all social media. If you have any best questions, email them to me at eric@ercomedy.com. Send your questions there. I'll read them out. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. See you guys later.